Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Fans of Sister Wives, today we'll discuss how Kody Brown was able to improve his personal situation in the most recent episode. Since Kody lost his son, Garrison, many fans are feeling sorry for him. Additionally, there is a difference because following the airing of earlier episodes pertaining to the Garrison burial, there was very little audience sympathy for Kody. Sister Wives, the personal hell of Kody Brown. Thus, in the words of one Sister Wives fan, Kody is going through his own private hell despite creating this himself. Kody Brown is portrayed by fans as a grieving father following the death of his son Garrison. Fans, however, think that Kody's suffering stems from the loneliness he made for himself in addition to the agony Garrison's passing caused him. The scenes at Garrison's funeral also touched the hearts of fans because of this loneliness. However, you can see a change taking place in some Sister Wives followers' comments. Not all the fans, of course, but enough to show that something is happening. The needle is moving with Kody. Fans felt sad for Kody during a number of sequences in the most recent Sister Wives episode. The remains of his son, Garrison Brown, were buried by him. Kody literally used his own hands to accomplish it. And what spectators found sorrowful was the excavation of the location for the burial of Garrison's ashes. Kody was assisted by his brother Scott Brown and Scott's brother-in-law Tim. I will admit that Kody used the word pilgrimage excessively. When he explained why he felt compelled to do this for Garrison personally, he used this word. The word pilgrimage was used repeatedly, which fans noticed. That and other actions by Kody appeared to be a last-ditch effort to feel close to Garrison after the fact. It appears that at the time of his passing, Kody and Garrison were still at odds. Sister Wives. Excavating the graveyard. As far as Sister Wives fan comments are concerned, Kody may have been the only one searching the website. Some believe that Kody's other sons should have attended in place of his brother Scott and brother-in-law Tim. As everyone knows, Garrison was close to Hunter, Logan, Gabriel, and Peyton Brown. They grew up together and were not just siblings, but also close friends. Why, then, did they not accompany the patriarch of Sister Wives? Did he not invite them to take part? It's difficult to think they would have refused if they had been asked. Because Scott and Tim hinted that the two men had not spent much time with Garrison, at least not in recent years. This scene sparked criticism about how it made Kody appear worse. Sister Wives. Kody repeats taking care of and traveling. During this Sister Wives episode, Kody also used the word nurture a lot. As though Garrison was shaped into a man by these other men. Isn't that odd? However, it appeared from Kody's remarks that Tim and Scott were more supportive of Kody than of Garrison. Therefore, although Scott was Garrison's uncle, it seemed like they didn't spend much time together as he grew older, especially in the last few years. Kody thanked Tim and Scott for coming and helping him once the burial plot was ready for burial. Kody clarified, however, that he didn't require assistance in getting the location ready for Garrison's ashes. Rather, this was his trip. That phrase is used again in this episode of Sister Wives. In case you are unaware, Kody's actions in this episode are not defined by the concept of pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is a journey to a place of spiritual significance, such as the Vatican in Rome, which a Catholic would visit. Mormons, also known as Latter-day Saints, might travel to Salt Lake City to visit the large temple. Getting sweaty. Somehow, Kody Brown seemed to think that his sweaty, labor-intensive digging was helping Garrison. Fans of Sister Wives speculated that Kody might view this as a way to make up for his previous lack of support for Garrison. The fact that most of Kody's friends and relatives ignored him when they got to the cemetery also caused some fan compassion for him. He held Garrison's urn while standing there by himself. Sister Wives. The photo shoot of Kody and Robyn Brown. Kody and Robyn Brown received mixed responses for another scene. Robyn and Kody were off by themselves shooting pictures of Garrison's urn while everyone else attending the event greeted one another. Fans of Sister Wives were divided as a result. Before his ashes were placed in the burial mound, some believed that Kody was desperate to get near to Garrison after his death. The things that Kody said and did in this episode appear to have embarrassed other fans. The way Robyn and Kody took so many pictures of Garrison's urn made many people squirm. Many of his admirers didn't share Kody's belief that this was a labor of love. This was a garish presentation, according to other fan responses. They gave the impression that Robyn and Kody were executing a strange photo session of Garrison's urn from various perspectives, including standing, kneeling, and crouching like paparazzi on a red carpet, but the subject was the urn rather than a famous person. Many admirers felt that this spontaneous picture shoot with Garrison's remains was completely inappropriate and were incensed. Tim's sermon at Garrison's funeral, delivered while wearing shorts and a flowered shirt that didn't match, also drew criticism. The sister wives' family, however, believed it to be hysterical. A eulogy with a father's lesson? As Tim talked about spending time with the people you love today to ensure there are no regrets when someone dies, Sister Wives watchers believe the eulogy was directed at Kody's family estrangements. Without a doubt, Kody was aware that certain family members were tense with him. He acknowledged that things were not going well between him and Janelle. However, Kody added that Janelle kindly allowed him to proceed with his ideas for the final resting place of Garrison's cremains. It's also crucial to note that when Janelle knelt down with the urn, some people were disappointed that Kody had not assisted her. The fact that Kody's mother sat with Janelle and appeared to steer clear of Kody and Robyn during the service was another element that attracted fans' attention. Sister Wives, a hope for pardon. However, it was Kody Brown's remarks regarding Garrison that caused Sister Wives viewers' sadness to reach an all-time high. Kody talked about having a dream in which Garrison told him that he was happy and in a good place today. Fans were both saddened and ashamed for Kody as a result. Garrison wasn't there to pardon Kody for their alienation, as one fan put it. Even while he hasn't won Garrison's forgiveness from other family members, it appears that Kody found a different approach to accomplish this by telling everyone about his dream during the burial. Does Kody tell gathering stories alone? Last but not least, the celebration of life gathering following the funeral service sparked a lot of discussion among Sister Wives followers. Robyn and Kody appear to have been the only members of the Sister Wives family to visit Kody's late father's ranch. Rather, Kody recounted the events, discussing creating new memories with those you care about. Fans of Sister Wives thought this was terrible, and we have to wonder if Robyn and Kody felt uncomfortable attending, or if they were not invited. Or were they present but, for some reason, their scenes were not included in the episode? It was really weird. After divorcing her ex-husband, Kody Brown, Sister Wives actress Christine Brown is living her best life. She used to share Kody with 3 other wives, but now she enjoys her current husband David Woolley's attention. She is no longer required to subordinate her needs to Kody's. The best thing is that she does not have to share her partner with Robyn, Janelle, and Meri Brown, her sister spouses. Happy to acknowledge that she was made for monogamy, Christine is more aware of her unhealthy connection with Kody now that she has quit the polygamous lifestyle. It's a strange and embarrassing thing to admit, but I didn't realize that my life was just focused on what Kody needed and wanted, Christine told ET. I doubt I ever realized how obsessed I was with that man. Christine went on when pressed for more details. I would be thinking, whenever he gets here, we're going to do this and this and this, she continued, even when he wasn't around. Because he did more than simply intervene in my life and participate in our activities. To accommodate him, we had to modify our current course of action. The mother of 6 children now realizes, that's not okay. Because of this, he became the center of our existence. She is now embarrassed and frustrated that she spent so many years living that way. Do you feel that he didn't respect you? Was the question posed to Christine. Christine answered, I don't know if he would feel like he would need to. Perhaps he did in some capacities, perhaps in some ways. TLC broadcasts new Sister Wives episodes every Sunday at October 9th. You can stream every episode on Discovery+. Sister Wives. Kody gets huge sympathy surge after fans see this. In a shocking twist that no one saw coming, the internet is buzzing with a surprising wave of emotion. Not anger, not outrage, but sympathy, and the unlikely recipient is none other than Kody Brown, the controversial patriarch of Sister Wives. After more than a decade of backlash, mockery, and relentless scrutiny over his polygamous lifestyle, his fractured family, and his ever-changing hairstyles, something shifted. And the catalyst? A heartbreaking, humanizing moment that aired in the most recent episode and then exploded across social media. Suddenly, the man who was once the face of overconfidence and control is now being seen in an entirely different light. Because when fans saw this moment, it wasn't just about Kody the husband or Kody the father or even Kody the failed polygamist. It was about Kody the man, the deeply flawed, often infuriating, occasionally tender man, and for the first time in a long time, viewers couldn't help but feel sorry for him. It happened quietly. There was no grand speech, no dramatic showdown, just a raw, unfiltered conversation, caught on camera, in which Kody sat alone on the porch of his Flagstaff home, looking out over the land he once dreamed of filling with laughter, wives, children, and generational legacy. But now, it's empty. The dream is dead. One by one, his wives have walked away. Christine was the first to break free, then Janelle followed, and now Meri has moved on too. Only Robyn remains. But even her presence couldn't mask the unmistakable loneliness etched on Kody's face as he whispered into the camera. "I thought I was building something sacred, now I'm just here, sitting with ghosts." That one line, that quiet confession, detonated across fan forums, TikTok edits, and Reddit threads. The man who once commanded the Brown Empire with arrogance and dominance was now just a shadow of himself. And suddenly, a wave of unexpected emotions swept in. Pity. Fans weren't ready for it. Many were confused by their own feelings. After years of watching Kody bulldoze his wife's needs, play favorites with Robyn, explode in defensive rants, and deflect responsibility like a pro, it felt almost wrong to feel bad for him. But there it was, the undeniable truth that even the most polarizing people are still human. And watching Kody unravel in real time, without a script, without bravado, without Robyn there to interpret his emotions, it hit different. Viewers posted reactions like, "I never thought I'd say this, but I actually felt bad for Kody. And that scene broke me. He really believed in the dream, and now he's waking up alone." In that moment, the decades of emotional neglect he inflicted didn't vanish, but they became part of a much more complex tapestry, one woven from pain, pride, delusion, and, yes, grief. Because whether fans like him or not, Kody did lose something enormous. Not just 3 marriages, but a way of life he spent decades fighting to defend. He built his identity around being a polygamist husband, a patriarch in control, a man with a plan, and now, all of that is gone. Christine dismantled the fantasy when she packed her things and drove away with a smile. Janelle punctured it with her quiet refusal to be controlled any longer. And Meri, once endlessly patient, endlessly loyal, finally drew a line and walked. The structure crumbled. The family splintered. The land at Coyote Pass remains undeveloped, a metaphor made real. And through it all, viewers were forced to witness not just the fall of a man, but the collapse of a belief system. And in that collapse, there was tragedy. Not just for the women who, to be clear, still bear the emotional weight, but for Kody, too. Because what is more human than realizing too late that you were wrong? And here's the truly wild part. The more vulnerable Kody becomes, the more relatable he starts to seem. Fans who once mocked his temper and his contradictions now point out something sobering. Kody is a product of a belief system he didn't create, but inherited. Raised in polygamy, conditioned to lead, taught that love was about sacrifice and hierarchy, Kody tried to live a life he never fully understood. He thought he could manage multiple marriages with equal love. He thought he could give each wife what they needed. He thought he could be both fair and favored, both honest and controlling. But the truth is, he was never equipped. And now that it's all unraveled, now that the reality is staring him in the face, fans are seeing something they never expected. A man who's lost, grieving, and maybe even sorry. That last part is especially complicated. Because while Kody hasn't always articulated remorse the way his ex-wives and viewers might want, his recent actions hint at something deeper. In the porch scene, he talks about the land not just as dirt, but as a broken promise. In a follow-up conversation with the producer, he admits, "I thought if I just worked harder, loved more, everything would stay together. But maybe I didn't know how to love them the right way." That admission, however small, hit a nerve. It suggested that beneath the defensive outbursts and stubborn pride, there's a man starting to look inward, starting to ask questions he should have asked decades ago. And that kind of late-stage introspection, as messy as it is, resonates with people. Because we all know what it's like to mess up, to realize too late, to wish you could undo what can't be undone. Now, the internet is torn. Some say the sympathy is misplaced, that Kody's tears are too little, too late, that his behavior over the years, gaslighting, favoritism, spiritual manipulation, disqualifies him from redemption. But others argue that this is what growth looks like: uncomfortable, delayed, incomplete. That Kody's pain doesn't erase what he did, but it does make him human. And for a show that has spent over a decade dissecting the dynamics of faith, family, and failure, that humanity is crucial. It turns a cautionary tale into a character study. It reframes the man once labeled a villain into a tragic figure, and maybe even a cautionary hero. And what does this mean for Sister Wives as a series? Everything. Because as the show nears what many speculate could be its final seasons, this unexpected shift in audience emotion could redefine its ending. Not as a victory lap for the women alone, though they've absolutely earned it, but as a bittersweet goodbye for a family that tried, failed, and tried again. Kody's sympathy surge doesn't mean fans have forgiven him, but it does mean they're watching him differently. Not with rage, but with reflection. In the end, the moment that sparked it all, a quiet man on a quiet porch, whispering to the camera about dreams lost and lives changed, will go down as one of the most emotionally pivotal scenes in Sister Wives history. Because in that moment, Kody wasn't the loud, chaotic, self-important husband we've grown to critique. He was just a man, sitting in the wreckage of his own making, finally realizing that what he thought was forever was already gone. And in that moment, viewers saw not just Kody's flaws, but Kody's frailty. And for the first time in a long time, they felt something other than anger. They felt sympathy. And that, perhaps, is the most dramatic twist of all. In a jaw-dropping confession that's already sending shockwaves through the Sister Wives fanbase, Christine Brown, now happily married to David Woolley and miles away from the chaos of polygamy, made what might be her boldest admission yet about her ex-husband, Kody Brown. Known for her honesty, her independence, and her fierce comeback after leaving their plural marriage, Christine has never shied away from exposing the cracks in her past. But this latest revelation? It's not just another detail from the past. It's a truth bomb that reframes everything we thought we knew about her split from Kody and what life was really like behind the scenes of one of reality TV's most dysfunctional spiritual unions. After years of biting her tongue, choosing her words carefully, and trying to maintain peace for the sake of the children and the show's legacy, Christine has finally said the quiet part out loud, and it's raw, real, and deeply personal. Because for the first time, she admitted, with stunning clarity and zero hesitation, "I never really trusted Kody, not fully." And with that single sentence, a decade's worth of assumptions, dynamics, and doubts came crashing down. It happened during a candid sit-down interview while promoting her new lifestyle brand, a venture that's all about empowerment, self-love, and reclaiming your voice after being silenced. When asked what the hardest part of leaving Kody was, most people expected her to mention the kids, the logistics, the emotional weight of detangling from a shared life. But instead, Christine paused, looked directly at the camera, and said, "It wasn't the leaving that was hard, it was the realizing. Realizing that I had spent years building a life with someone I never fully trusted to begin with." That admission? A bombshell. Because fans remember how Christine always seemed the most affectionate, the most bubbly, the most hopeful of Kody's wives. She was the one who dreamed of deep love, emotional intimacy, and romantic partnership. But now we know that dream was hers alone. And she's finally confirming what so many suspected, that even in the early years, something always felt off. Christine didn't stop there. She went on to explain that trust, for her, wasn't just about fidelity or logistics, it was about emotional safety. She recalled times when she felt shut down, unheard, and belittled, even in private moments that never made it to the screen. There were so many little things, she confessed. Small betrayals. Moments where he'd promised to back me up in front of the other wives, but then wouldn't. Or he'd say he supported my decisions with the kids, but later changed his tune to keep the peace with someone else. It added up. It chipped away at my ability to feel safe in our marriage. And just like that, viewers got a clearer picture of the emotional erosion that ultimately led Christine to walk away, not in anger, not in a whirlwind, but in a quiet, calculated choice to save herself.